Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back to Christmas Crafting 2024. And today we're in week 6 and we're going to start making the journal cards to go into the pockets that we made in week 1. So this one is the first pocket. So I'll show you what I did. I've done it all in my prototypes that I made in non-Christmas Eve papers. So I'll show you what I did and then we'll do something similar but Christmas style. So this is the other pocket. So we've got a journal card in here, so we stencil it and we stamp it, and then we have a little journal card, and this stamp, both of these come from this stamp, which is by Visible Image. I don't even know if I've even used it before, but I think it's come out rather lovely on here. And it just so happened I've got a butterfly punch, so I used that as my tab, which is what Dee Dee was doing. She was using a Christmas tree as her tab, and I shall do the same. But I thought you'd like to see how you could do it without it having to be for Christmas. Because you could always follow along with this challenge in using any other papers. It doesn't have to be Christmas papers, of course. So that's that one. And although I will give you the sizes that I'm using, it will vary a bit according to how big your pockets are, how big your envelopes were, that kind of thing. So this is the one we're going to be making the journal cards for. So I have got some cream paper, cardstock. It's not very thick, but I think that's probably just as well. Okay, let's just move this out of the way. Now for my one, and yours will be similar but probably not exactly the same, I need a journal card that is 5 1/4 high by 4 1/8 wide. And even then, sometimes, even when I've worked it out, it doesn't always come out quite right, so we'll see. 5 1/4 by 4 1/8. See how that comes out. Actually, hoping it's going to be trimmed anyway. So, and then I might as well do. Oh no, I don't need to do the other one for this one. Let's see if it's actually fitting. Even though I have made it to the size that I figured out it needed to be, it's a bit too high. It's not going to go. Right, so I just need to trim it down a touch. This often happens, I don't know why. You do all your measuring. Sometimes it's not worth measuring, because things don't always fit the way you think they're going to. Let's just see. Right, now we're in. Let's see if I've got the width right as well. Okay, that's all good. It's going to go in nicely. Okay, so it was probably 5 1/8 instead of 5 1/4 I needed. And that's just all you need to do. Just fiddle, just trim it here and there just to fit whatever pocket you've got. So we've got our journal card, and what we did with this one is stenciled. I think the stencil I used, let's see, for this one, that's right, I used this lovely stencil from Tim Holtz. I think I must have used it for something glittery once before, because it seems to have got glitter stuck to it. So I'm just going to lay it on there like that. It's called Hocus Pocus, if you can see that there. I'm going to have a go at doing it with some gold ink gold ink pad. I don't know how it'll work. I don't know if I've tried a gold ink pad with stencil before. So we'll see how it comes out. I can always make another one if it looks awful. If it looks okay, I might use it for something for the other one. Sometimes it just looks a bit brown. You don't always get the shine that you want from the gold ink pads. We'll see. See how it looks. Okay, let's see how it looks. Oop. Oh, there's not really any shine. It's okay. I might use a different one for the other journal card, for the second pocket. So that one goes like that, and then so we want to stencil it first, and then we stamp an image. And the image I've chosen for this one is a Christmas tree. My stamp set, I think I've had it for quite a long time. I think it came in a sort of a Christmas kit, like a card making kit, I think years ago, many years ago I believe, and it was called Traditional Christmas. So this is the stamp set, but I have used it a fair bit. And I've got the Christmas tree here, and it's got Oh Christmas Tree as a separate stamp, but I think I'm going to use them together. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to do it in, what colour was I going to do it in? Green, I think. I'm just thinking about it because it's going to go in this pocket. And I'm just wondering if actually I think I decided... Yeah, I'm going to do it in a slightly different colour. Non-traditional, but then the colours in the kit are a bit non-traditional, aren't they? So I'm going to do it in this one, which is called... It's a memento one, and it's Teal Zeal. I thought, well, actually, it picks up the colour of the teal in the papers. So I'm going to go for it. Do something a little bit different. I'm such a traditionalist when it comes to Christmas. If it's not red or green, I'm not usually interested. So it's kind of a bit of a challenge to use this scrapbooking pad in the first place, because I've probably mentioned a few times it doesn't feel very Christmassy to me. It's because I am so traditional with my Christmas crafting, or anything Christmassy really, Christmas decorating, whatever. Tend to stick to the golds and the reds and the greens and the silvers. But why not? As the papers, I've gone with the papers, so I'm picking out the colour that's in that paper pad. Oh, I was going to do it on... I've been doing my stamping on this book because I find it works a bit better. Oh. I don't know if I've messed it up now. If I have, oops, it slipped. Well, it hasn't come out very well. But I think I might be able to rescue it. I did once before with something else I was doing. I'm going to stamp it again in the bits that have not come out very well. Up it there, and the words. I'm going to try and line it up again, see if we can get a better result. Because I was getting reasonably good results doing it on this book. Now I've just got to try and line it up. In the past I have used a foam pad, but actually it's quite a firm foam pad, and this one's got a little bit more give in it. And I think that might help get a good image. Well, that's not bad. It's a little bit, there's a little bit of a shadow. But I think I'm going to accept that as okay. It's not perfect. My stamping very rarely is. I'll live with it. If I don't like it, I'll redo it afterwards off camera. But you can see where it's going. And I'm not going to finish this because Dee Dee used a shaped punch for her corners and for her other piece, the one that's going to go in the little, in here. And I've got that on order. It's a corner punch with little shapes. I've been meaning to buy it for ages. I've had it in my wish list on my Amazon site. And then I thought, I'm just going to order it. And it's coming later today at some point, probably this evening sometime. So I think I'm going to redo this. Perhaps I'll do it. I might do it at the end of the video, or I might just do it off camera. I'll see what time I've got. Because I've got to go in this pocket. For this one, I cut a piece of card, and you basically do the same thing. You use the same stencil on this one and a smaller stamp, and mine came from the same stamp set. And it was 3.5 by 2.5, the size of this one, and it fits in here perfectly. I did forget to cut that bit off on this one when I was making the pockets, but you can see it works either way. And I happened to have this cut off piece when I was making probably one of these at some point. Not quite sure which one I was making, but this piece I've been saving. I think that's going to go somewhere, and it fits in here rather well, like that. So I thought, well, that's good, it'll go in there. But again, I want to shape the corners. So I'll do that when my little punch comes. It's not the same as what, I don't think it's the same as Dee Dee was using, but I thought I would do a little bit of shaping anyway, not just rounding all the time. So that's the first pocket, journal cards. Not really done, but at least you can see how they should be. And I'll have another go at it a bit later. So I'll put those two aside. So the second one is this one, and the Christmas one is this one. So we've got a little journal card in this side tuck here. I mean, I suppose you could make it full size, but I think if you just put in a small one, you can still see a glimpse of this catches a bit on there. You can see a glimpse of what's in the pocket behind as well. And again, I think I've used the same stamp set for both. So the one inside the pocket is this one, and the stamp set I used for that it's a Dilution stamp set. It's this one. So you've got the dress here, and then this is on the on this, and it says, "Style is not a display of wealth, but an expression of imagination." And then I put the little handbag, so it all kind of works together, and there's a whole collection of little handbags and little bits here, and this saying, and it's made by Ranger, but it's a Dilution design, and I don't know if it's got a name. Probably not. I think it's called Ladies Who Lunch. I think I had to cut this down to fit in my plastic sleeve here. And I can just see peeping out the words Ladies Who Lunch, and I think that's what it's called. I don't know if there's more than one of those, but anyway. That's the set I used. And so we're going to make the same thing, Christmas style. And of course we need a little tab on the top as well. Oop. Okay, so I'll put that one aside. Now for this one we need a piece of card that's 4 by 6, except I think it needed to be a smidge under 6. But I won't do that until I've actually tried it out. Let's do that. Okay. 6, is that 6? Is that 6? Yep. A bit over, so I can do that at 4. And I can cut that at 6. Let's see, I might have to just again trim off a smidge. We will see. So now working on week 1, so we're in week 6, but it's the week 1 pocket 2 that we're making the journal cards for. Just to remind you where we're at. Although in theory it should be the right size, I think it just doesn't go quite to the bottom. See, look, you can see it's maybe a 1/16 of an inch poking out. So that's all I've got to take off. If I can get it back out again. There we go. So I've just got to take off the merest smidgen from the end. Right. I'll just check that should be okay. Alright, I'll just make absolutely sure. Yep, that's all fine. Alright, so with this one I've used a different star stencil, and I'm going to use what I used on my prototypes, on my examples. I'm going to use Rusty Hinge for this one. It's fine, it's quite faint when it's been stenciled, so it's not going to be hopefully too orange in the background. Alright. Okay, that's fine. It's quite subtle really. But what I'm planning to put on top will not be terribly subtle. Oh, I think that might be somebody at the door. Just a moment. Right, so I'm sorry about the interruption, but I did start filming again, at least I thought I had. I haven't got very far before I realised. And I stamped my image in the middle of that card that we just did the stenciling on. You may recognise this image. It's from this Tim Holtz stamp set called Jolly Holiday. It's a really lovely stamp set. I've never used it before. I only bought it months ago. Probably bought it just after Christmas last year. And I really love it. And he's come out beautifully. Look at him on there. I love that stamp. So I really wanted to get this one into it. So that's as far as I got, so don't worry. The interruption was an Amazon delivery, and my punch has arrived. The one I was waiting for so I could finish off the first set of journal cards that we were doing. And as I need to redo the first one, we'll come back to that and get it finished. So that's my first journal card for this pocket, but we need to do the one for the side tuck, the one to go in here. So I've just got a bit of scrap that I need to cut to size, and the size I need for this piece, for my one, and it may be different if you're making it, is 5.5 by 2. I'm just wondering if I could make it a little wider, but then I want to be able to see Santa in the pocket. 5.5 tall. By 2. Let's see how far will 2 take us. Yeah, Two's fine. And we've got to do, I should have done the two together. I wasn't really concentrating. I need to stencil this one as well. It would have been a lot more sensible if I'd stenciled the two together and then done the two stamps, but yeah, I'm not really firing on all cylinders today, I don't think. Too much going on at the moment in our lives. Got filming this around the time of our grandson's first birthday, so lots happening at the moment. Lots of changes for all of us. Right. So that's my bit of stenciling. Now on this card, I've got a few little stamps here. These are actually not from the same set because there wasn't anything quite suitable on that set. I'm going to go back to this set, the traditional Christmas. And I've got three small stamps because it's so narrow. I want to do a little house here, and it says from our home to yours, although it's not very straight on the stamp block. From our home to yours, and this one says Christmas greetings. So I think I'm going to put my little house in the middle. I think I'm going to do it in pine cone. Yeah, it's quite a dark brown. I like this little stamp. I've used it quite a bit with the from our home to yours. It's a really good one to use on cards. I'm sure that's why it's on there. But I have used it in my Christmas journals before as well. A little house. And I'm going to put the Christmas greetings above it. And I haven't done it on my book, have I? Okay, let's come out okay. And then the last bit is from our home to yours. Okay, that's come out nice. Very happy with that. Right, now we can just do we'll round the corners on these. Set the pine cone back. I may need it again, I'm not sure. No, I don't think I do. Right, so this one I'm going to do rounding of the corners. Get my little... Okay, and we'll ink around them with our walnut stain. I'm only using this because that's the colour Dee Dee chose to use for her, so following her as best I can. Some of these things. last thing to do is we need a tab for the top of this journal card. So I'm going to take a bit of this because I think it picks up the red, and also it also picks up the red berries. I do like the red because you've got the berries in the papers that I've used. So I'm just going to use my whale tail punch, not a traditional one, but it works just as well. So this is the new version of a whale tail punch. And I just need to, is that wide enough? I think it is. Yep. Roll that up. And I'll glue that in place. I'll just ink around that as well, in case there's any bits of white showing around the edges. Yep. Right. Put my cap on. Oh gosh, can't see it. Right, let's pop these in the pocket, shall we? Hope they go in all right. It's resisting. There we go, we're in. Oh, look at that. Santa fits beautifully in there, doesn't he? And then we just pop this little side one in. Just gets caught on the envelope a little bit that you folded over. There we go, that's in. There we are. So that pocket, that is actually pocket number 2 of week 1. So we'll go back, well, we'll do pocket number 3 and then we'll go back at the end and do pocket number 1 again. I think. Let's get pocket number 2 going, because that shouldn't take too long in theory. And this is the one with the fold back piece there. So I have, on this one, on the Christmas one, I have lined the inside and I've lined the little, it's like little collars, isn't it? It looks like a shirt collar. But I haven't done that on this one. And this is the journal card for this one. It's a bit more simple, really. We haven't done an awful lot to it. We've just got a design in the middle. I've got some flower stamps that I got from Amazon, and this is another stamp that was from Amazon. I can show you that one. I've just used that down the edge, and that's this slightly weird stamp. I'll just use this one here. I don't know what it's called, I don't know where it's from, it's just an Amazon stamp. I can't even remember what I looked for to get it, but I rather like it. I have hardly used it, but I will use it. I thought that was quite good to make a little design down the side. for this one. So that's what we need to aim for this one. And I have gone ahead and cut it, but it's got a little bit bent as I've been trying to fit it into my pocket. I hope I've got the size about right. Anyway, we need to find a piece to go down here. I'm going to put my edge piece on to make sure that the piece for the middle doesn't encroach too much. I'm going to use the bells from the classic Christmas set, which are going to go there. But we want a little something that's going to show here down the edge. So I've got a couple of things I might try. So I'm going to put, I think, down on the outer edge from the Holly Jolly Holiday set, the Tim Holtz set. I'm going to try this. It's like the candy cane down the edge. Whether that'll be enough, because it's a bit wider here. I'd quite like something here, but I don't know if I've got anything suitable. So I'm going to take my long Dilutions stamp, put Santa back in his little hole. Oh, back over there somewhere, because it's not. And let's pop that there. Let's use our book again. Give it every chance of. I'm going to do the slightly less bent edge, and hopefully this will disappear inside. Right, I'm going to use the red again, because it has to be red, doesn't it? Let's try, not right on the edge, got to try and make sure it's straight before I put it down. Okay, if I haven't got it straight, I don't suppose it would make any difference to see it's not straight, but oh well, some of it will be hidden. That's my excuse. And I'd quite like, where's my other stamp set? I've got another stamp set knocking around here somewhere with some words on it. We have some vertical words. So, well, that might be good. That might be just what I need. As long as I get it in the right spot. Right, so this is a set by Indigo Blue. They're a British company, I believe. There's a couple of nice vertical ones. There's some longer ones, which I thought I'd use, but they won't. You'll only get bits of the word, and it will look a bit odd because it'll go all the way down. So I think if I can get it in the right spot. Let's see. I've got joy. It would go there. Yeah, I think this is Noel, but I think this will be too long. Might lose a bit of it. So let's try putting joy. See if we can get it in the right place. I need a little stamp block. I'll stick with the red, otherwise it might look a little strange. Don't know if it's going to stay on my block. See if wetting it helps. I don't know if it will. Okay, just make sure I've got enough ink on there. Right, let's try and get it in the right spot. Move that over. Kind of in the middle. Oh, that's a shame. Didn't spot that. Too late now. There's nothing about stamping that's ever perfect in my world. And then I'm going to put the bells in the middle next to it. I might put something else as well. Looks a bit bare elsewhere because it's quite a tall journal card. I think I'm going to use the pine cone again. Kind of in the middle. I think I need to do a little something top and bottom, or maybe just at the top. Okay, and we have got on this sheet there are some of these fir branches or something. I'm not sure ones I've got there, so I'm wondering if I can put a little something there. Do I do green or do I stick with the brown? Probably safer to stick with the brown because otherwise it's going to look a bit of a mess. Maybe one, just that one will do. Just to, because we've got the little frondy bits there, whatever you call it, bits of pine branch. So that, I think that's better. I like that better, just with that bit of last little thing on there. Let's see how it looks in the pocket. It's a shame about this bit down here, otherwise I'd have been quite happy with that. It happens a lot. Now Dee Dee hasn't rounded the corners on this. I'm not sure if that's going to work for me, just because it seems to be easier to go in the pockets if they're rounded, I think. We'll see. If it goes in all right and it looks okay, I haven't inked. Look, no good trying to put it in and then have it coming straight out again, is it? In you go. Well, we don't see much of joy, but it's kind of implied. You can sort of just see it as you as you look in the pocket. You can see joy. So there, that's fine. It's a splash of colour, isn't it? Anyway, so that's that one. That is now finished, and pocket number 2 is finished. Pocket number 2, yes, well, it's complete. And it's just the journal card for the first pocket, for this one. Where are we? Not that one. So it's this journal card. Still on its journal card. Right, okay, got everything. Okay, let's just... Right, so I have re-stenciled already. So all I need to do now is do the stamping again. Try to do a better job this time. I'm going to put... Let's get rid of this before it confuses me. Try and get this on to the journal card straight, onto the stamp block straight, and I'll put Oh Christmas Tree underneath. Back to the teal zeal, because I still think that was the right colour to choose for that particular spot. Make sure I've got plenty of ink on the word. Plenty of ink on the middle. All right, let's go for it. Give it a good press. The nice thing about the book, it kind of presses into the paper or the card. The book has got that bit of give, so it allows you to press it right in. It doesn't fight you so much. Let's see if that's worked a bit better. Oh yes, that's much better. Oh, I'm happier with that. Glad I did that again. Look, that's the first one. That's the second one. So much better. Yes, good. And then we need to do I'm going to try out my new punch. Where is it? What should I do with it? There it is. Just got to decide which one. Yes, I think I was using this one, I think. Interesting. Don't think that was meant to go in like that. That's better. I think it looks a bit like a ticket, but it's a bit, I don't think I've lined them up very well. Where did my little one go? My little card for the front. It's because I've left it in the pocket. Alright, let's see if we can get this to go. I might do it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Try and get it in right. That's it. That's better. Should have done it like that on the other one, shouldn't I? Alright, so now we ink it. Back in there. And then we just ink this one up. Don't think I did a very good job of these. Let's see if I can make it look a bit better. Okay. Now we have one last little job to do, and we have to put a tab on this journal card using a little punch. And I've got my little Christmas tree punch here. I've had it for a long, long time. I love using this punch. I use it a lot. Oh, it's thick, this card. Okay. Okay. Just glue half. Doesn't really matter because you're going to glue it. You need some glue actually. Doesn't really matter, does it? It's going to be a bit black. Whoops. Ah. I didn't want the black bit showing too much, so I'm being picky, as always. use this one. That's a bit better. Alright, so half and half, so the pointy bit of the tree right on the edge there. Put glue on the other side of this one. Get rid of the excess glue. And put that on there. There we are, it lines up nicely. There we are. There's a little bit of white showing, so I'm going to just... Obviously I didn't line it up as well as I thought. Get a bit of blue ink in there, and then it doesn't show. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, so this one's all ready to go in its pocket. Slide it in there. And then they always get stuck. Oh, it's catching on the Christmas tree. Something's not quite sliding in smoothly. Okay, it's in. And then you've just got that little bit of Christmas tree poking out, and I think the colour works quite well with everything else. Brings out all the bits of red. And you can see some of the Christmas tree. But it looks fine. And the colour actually picks up these blues in the papers. So, yeah, happy with that. And so this is week 6, journal cards for pockets from week 1. That's pocket 1, pocket 2, and pocket number 3. It's beginning to look a bit more Christmassy now, aren't they? Bring some more Christmassy designs, Christmassy images and colours. So yeah, I'm really pleased with those, and I will see you again next week for presumably the ephemera to go in the pockets from week 2. I'll see you then. Bye for now.